Good day and welcome to our program Courageous Faith. It's a privilege and an honor for me and the team to have Wayde van Niekerk with us. Son from Bloemfontein. He grew up here, and yes, Wayde, welcome. And we just want to thank you for taking the time out to be with us and just talk about life and how good the Lord is and what He's currently doing in your life. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. It's really a massive honor.
Thank you. You were born in Kraaifontein in Cape Town. And then you moved to Bloemfontein at some stage, and you attended St. Andrews and then Grey College.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, I think it was my parents. My dad got a offer over here in Bloemfontein to work over here, and my parents approached us and asked, "Are we comfortable with it?" And we were like, "I guess so. You the parents." So it was really just us doing what our parents had or was aiming for in their personal lives and so on, and yeah, I guess it brought us to Bloem, and it became a massive blessing in our lives.
Yeah, no, yes, Bloem is a place where you hate it when you come here, but when you're here you just can't leave, so you just love it or you hate it. Now I digged into in Wikipedia, and I read that you and Cheslin, you are cousins and family, and he's obviously his career just took off. But did you also play rugby?
Yeah, I've actually at first thought that I'd end up going into the direction of rugby as well. I mean, it's almost every young South African boy's dream to wear the green and gold of the Springboks, and for a long time of my life I thought I'd end up playing rugby, but obviously God had other plans for myself, and plans that took me to a new height and took me to new achievements beyond what I ever expected. Yeah.
No, that's true. And another person that we dearly love in Bloemfontein, I've seen her on the track. Not that I'm a sprinter, I'm an ex-rugby player, but we trained here on this field here as a Free State team many years ago, and Tanya Ans was busy with athletes way back then. You've got a special connection with Tanya Ans, and what a great relationship that you have. Can you tell us more about Tanya Ans?
Yeah, I think, speaking about Tanya Ans is obviously something that can give a lot of volumes, and we can talk about it all day, but I think things that stood out for myself and something that I apply to my life each and every day. At the age of, I think it was 75 when we got our first medal, and if I'm not mistaken, was 75, and that determination and that continuity and that perseverance that she had just for a dream. I mean, who of us would try and bite fast until 75 to reach our dreams and try and accomplish our dreams at the age of 75? I think we all would have given up at 50 or 40, and she continued until the age of 75 and had the privilege to accomplish something like World Championships, then Olympic gold medal, and then World Championships again, and still going strong. It's definitely massive inspiration for myself through all the difficulties that I've gone through and been going through and still gonna go through. She's definitely been a massive rock in terms of an example for myself, and I think one of the greatest advices that she's ever given me was making sure that I always invest in my foundation, be it physically, be it spiritually, be it mentally, just making sure that I've got a strong foundation so that when we out there hitting peaks and continuing on momentum or whatever else you want to call it, that your foundation is always strong, and when you fall back that it's easy to get up again and continue moving forward.
You know, it's great to have a mentor like that, and there's a lot of wisdom in that grey hair.
Yeah.
I think she did the long run, she did the hard yards, she went through a lot, and I think it's just amazing that you guys have this great relationship. So it's special, it's quite special. A normal day in Wayde van Niekerk's life.
A normal day, yes, I'm a very plain, simple person. Obviously, priority would be training sessions and recovery sessions and so on. So that's obviously the main priority in my day-to-day schedules, and then I'm a big gamer, so I enjoy playing PlayStation and gaming and so on, and then spending time with my friends and family. I really love family time. I really love being able to appreciate the moments together and growing together, and still newly married, and getting to know my wife and getting to see her strengths and weaknesses. It's really a massive blessing for me. I'm someone that's totally for the peace and the quiet and family time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the lockdown did you guys well?
Yeah, it's my strength. So I'm a massive introvert. So sitting at home, spending time with my wife and my family, we ended up having all sorts of new hobbies. I've become quite big into gardening and interior changing and designing and all that type of stuff. So we enjoy doing that and just tapping into the creative sides of us, and that's me.
Yeah, it's just amazing how the virus came, and I think the world, when it locked down, we just thought, shucks, what's going to happen now? But I do believe that God had a special plan with that time that we were with our families, as you said, newly married, just to get to know each other in an intimate way. We are body, soul, and spirit, and our soul or our mental state would tell us one thing, and it's actually it just seeks after His own will. But the spirit, our spirit, who connects with the Holy Spirit, will guide that soul and that body to operate in a different way. And I do believe that during the lockdown, if we as people chose to go the soul route, I think it would have destroyed us. But those who chose to say, listen, we're going to take this in the spirit, I think we got out better. So yeah, it's an awesome time to spend with your young wife. For sure. During lockdown.
Yeah, I'm all for family time and special bonding time and so on. I mean, I'm a big board game, spending time with family anyway. Conversations, getting to know each and every one of our characters, what's new, what's next, and I guess rubbing off each other's dreams for each other, because I'm a big believer in our associations. The associations we invest ourselves in is the ones that will help us grow. And I feel like if my family and my friends are ones that I can always lean on and I can always rely on, then not just myself as Wayde will grow, but my entire family will.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
2016 was a great year for you. Only at the age of 24, I think, you were the flag bearer at the Olympics. During that year, you became the first sprinter to run the 100 meters under 10, 200 meters under 20, the 300 meters under 31, and the 400 meters under 44. And that is just amazing. I mean, I think this is Michael Johnson. I think he's a bit envious of you at this point.
No, I think it's definitely been a massive blessing for myself. I've always had a love for the sports. I've always had a love for the speed and the sprinting part of the sports. I mean, even if we go back to sports like rugby or football or any other sports, I always relied on my speed, and that was the same thing that I knew that I had to make sure that I master in my own career and into my own sports. And that's why I enjoyed doing the 100, I enjoyed doing the 200. I actually still feel I want to improve and I want to better myself in the 100 and 200. And then obviously I feel the God-given blessing was the 400 meters, was the event that I never thought I'd ever tap into, and it ended up guiding me into the 400 meters. It's an event that not even today I am in favor of, but I'm so blessed when it comes to it. I'm so grateful for what the 400 has done for me, and it's something that I feel I'd never take for granted, and that's why I continuously put in the hard work and continuously try and be as disciplined and hardworking as possible, so that I can give back to the sports that's given me so much.
Sure, that's awesome. I think the big one was the 400 meter final at the Olympics, where you broke the world record. And it was done out of lane 8. We've spoken earlier about lane 8. And we as just normal people, rugby players or whoever, we don't know the significance to run in lane 8. So if you can just share that with us, it will be great.
I think the definition of lane 8 would obviously be that you're running blind. You're not aware of your competitors, you're not aware of where you're laying in the race, what is happening around you, and you're basically running blind. So it's really just a lonely road to the finish line, lane 8, but it's also, I guess, one of the main lanes where if you're not focused or you're not set on where you want to go, you might lose quite badly. So it's a tough one, but I think at that day my mind was set on the opportunity that I have. My mind was set on this opportunity where I now have the blessing to be in an Olympic final and just to go out and express myself as best as possible. And I think it shows in the race as well. I think I had the world's respect for the guys I was competing against. I was competing against guys that I saw as inspirations, the guys that I learned from and picked from, and I could say even steal from, to master me in who I want to be as a sprinter. Racing against them, I knew when it came to about the last 100 meters that it's not going to be a easy race, and I had to give it my everything. And I think the lane 8 was definitely a challenge, but I came there for a job, and my job was to get the gold medal. I guess the world record was a massive blessing to that. It was the last thing I ever thought of at that moment, but as I crossed the finish line, I saw the stadium lose its mind, and you see the big screens and everything, and you see world a record, and the first thing I thought of was to go on my knees and thank the Lord.
Yeah, just before the interview, I watched that 400 meters again on YouTube. It seems like you just got quicker at the end. Normally when a guy's in front, you feel like he's going to lose his legs now, but you just got quicker, and that was, for me, it was such inspiration to see that, and I was so proud. I didn't even know you. Yeah. But as a South African, I said, but this is who we are. Yeah. We are South Africans, we never give up. We just got quicker and better. So yes, that was an awesome race.
For sure, and I think, as you said as well, in the rugby sphere, if we speak about the likes of the New Zealand guys, the respect that the Springboks have for them, they'll come there and give the A game. I guess it's the exact same representation that I had for the competitors I was racing against that day. The likes of Kirani James and LaShawn Merritt was guys that were world class for a decade before I even came in, and I knew what they were capable of, and I think that's what fueled me the last 100 meters to make sure that I win this race and I win it properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that you are outspoken about your faith, and I know that Jesus is playing an integral part in your life. How difficult or challenging, maybe not difficult for the lack of words, how challenging is it to stay faithful as an world-class international athlete?
To be honest with you, for me, I wouldn't really say it was a challenge or it was difficult in any way. To be honest with you, I felt like it's part of me, it's part of my DNA. Being a Christian, the faith and the blessings and the gifts that I had or have in my life even today, it speaks volumes, and it tells me that I obviously am serving a powerful God. I mean, where I come from and the dreams that I had as a little kid, being in this position right now would probably be the last thing I ever thought of. Even thinking of sitting at home sometimes, looking at my house, I sometimes feel like I need to give the house away back to its original owner, because it feels so unreal. And looking at my journey from young to today, God has always been present. God has always been someone that's taken me from this to that, from whatever weaknesses to whatever strengths, and the faith was never a question for me. It was really part of me. It was part of who I am, and God has always been present in my life since as long as I can remember.
Sure. That's awesome. I think to be Christ-like and to take on His humbleness will keep your feet on the ground, and will just say, listen, this is not me, it's just Christ and His Spirit working through me. And now I just love the way you give Him glory and honor. Is there any specific word that you would give someone out there? There's a lot of young kids who desires, who see you as a role model, and there's a lot of young children that they're seeking for something to hold on.
Yeah.
Is there something that through your life that you can just bless someone with a word of encouragement?
I think always something that's always been a part of my life, something that's always been quite dominant in my spiritual life would be 1 Corinthians 13, love. Doing whatever I do with love, speaking and interacting and communicating with whoever I'm associated with love. And if my intentions are pure, if my intentions come from a place of love, then from my side I'll always have, which is my second point, peace in my heart, and have a sort of peace that would keep me mentally, physically and spiritually at ease and content with who I am as a person. And that type of peace helped me so much to go. I mean, you can imagine going into a Olympic finals. There's so much chaos in your mind, so much doubt, so much fear, but that spiritual love and peace that just keeps me sane, that keeps that chaotic feels and nerves and whatever else at ease. And I mean, as you know as well, it's no secret that I'm coming out of an injury as well. It's a root of a lot of challenges and obstacles and so on, and the fact that I could always have peace in the Lord and always know that at the end of this journey that my successes will still be there and I will still be able to achieve the dreams and the goals that I have. And secondly, I guess the point where the Lord has taken me through this journey before. I've come from nowhere and I've become a world record holder, so that means I can come from an injury and continue being or beating the world record that I set now again, because I mean, God has shown me the route before, and just me repeating it again and being obedient and being faithful, that the Lord will take me to where I want to be, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, the word says in Psalm 34, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers them from it all. And there's going to be afflictions, but the peace that you have is a peace that's not, the world doesn't give it. It's the peace that the Spirit gives us. Yeah. Yes, Wayde, it's been a real honor. It's as you're talking, I'm just feeling excellence standing across me. But your humbleness just downgrade that thing of the excellence and the way you handle yourself and the way you present yourself out there on the track. I mean, we as South Africans are really proud of you. We as Bloemfonteiners, we are very proud of you, and we just wish you well. We pray that the blood of Christ will be over you during this time where you prepare for your international season that starts next year in June. Hopefully you can be at the Olympics and make us proud again. John, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and may the Lord go before you and keep His face shining upon you.
Yeah, thanks for your kind words. Thanks for having me.
No, it's a true pleasure, and I just want to thank all our viewers. Thank you for watching this program, Courageous Faith, following us. I just want to wish you well over this Christmas time. It's been a tough year, 2020. I do hope that we get out of 2020 and blessed to arrive in 2021 blessed. Greetings in the name of Jesus.